Now.
Unified.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Fractal Friday, episode 4. I'm here, me, Alejandro, community manager of Fractal Technologies, certified blockchain expert, and here with Rohit from Blockchain Noodles. And we're listening to some funky, fresh vibes from a DJ here in Miami who is a really good friend of mine. And his famous track, Uni Boulevard, check him out on SoundCloud up right here. So, that being said, just want to give everyone a sample. I want to actually dive right in to going to actually dive right in right now into Ethereum, and we're going to talk about that briefly because Ethereum right now is really at a crazy level. It's just past bullish. So, Rohit, do you want to give some of your thoughts on Ethereum right now?
Yeah. Firstly, the song sounds good. It's a good beat, I think so. So your friend has some nice taste in music, I would say that. Yeah, Ethereum is again at that exciting level that we've been, seen in last two times. Ethereum has tried to break the 2000 levels two times before, and unfortunately, or there's a little bit of delay. We all know, it's going to break this level. We all know it's going to happen, but it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of consolidation. That's how markets work, and again, we are at a point where it's make it or break it, and I think this is the make it point. There's a lot of interesting news that has come up. I think yesterday there were around 400,000 Ethereums that went into the cold storage from Coinbase. So that's an extremely bullish news coming in. Finally, there are institutional investors who are investing in and now storing their Ethereum back in the cold storage space. So that sounds a time where we can expect Ethereum to go back to its all-time high now and sustain there and be there. So that is what I'm expecting in this week and the coming week. Yeah.
Right. And I have some thoughts on Ethereum as well. So since Ethereum actually has been, well, to say the least, lagging behind Bitcoin a lot. Usually in the past, what we've seen is whenever Bitcoin moves up, everything, including Ethereum, moves up. But what I've also seen is that when Bitcoin moves sideways, that's when it gives chance for the altcoins like Ethereum and others to pop up as well. And we haven't seen that. I mean, we saw that, in the run up from last year, but we haven't seen that following Bitcoin's explosion the first quarter. We're now officially in the second quarter now. And call me a moon boy, but I think during this market cycle, it's quite possible for us to see a $3,000 ETH. There's people that are saying we can see 10,000, but I don't think so. I think we'll have to wait until 2024, the next halving. But full disclosure, I do hold some ETH, and I'm sure Rohit, you do as well. And I'm happy to finally see it move.
Yes. I think so. I'm having a little. I think that we might be able to see Ethereum at around 4,500 to 5,000 levels by the end of this year. That is possible if we are able to scale it. Unfortunately, the last update could not happen, so they've delayed this. So we might, see these prices maybe at the end of the year. But that said, Ethereum is a great, system. It works. There's no fail, and there are people who are now thinking to buy Ethereum and be a part of that technology. So we will obviously be seeing that price hike towards north of 2,000, then 3,000, maybe hopefully 5,000, who knows, 10,000. So yeah.
Right. And, actually going off the news, something I wanted to bring up that, maybe I'm not a Cardano fanboy per se, but I do like to, I'm just going to pull up Bitcoin here just to give a reference. Yeah. So Bitcoin, to our viewers right now, it's not reached its all-time high yet, 62,000, but it is doing a sideways movement. Hence, I'm saying, okay, this is perfect time for ETH and alts to break out. But quite aware that Ethereum has the issue of the layer 2 and the growing aspect. The gas fees are still too damn high. But at the same time, what do you think? Do you have any thoughts about Cardano and the quote unquote 88 killers like Cardano and DOT? Like, I think that can provide some competition in the space. I mean, Cardano recently just finally made a deal with Ethiopia to be
Yeah.
like a native currency. So I don't know if you have any thoughts on that.
Yeah, I mean, Charles is a great guy. I've been following his YouTube channel. He's the founder of Cardano, and he's also a co-founder of Ethereum. So even Polkadot. So these guys were originally from, they came up from Ethereum, and these guys, and I think there's not going to be one blockchain that is going to rule them all. There will be multiple blockchains which will cater to multiple different types of sectors and different markets. So Cardano is doing great job in the Africa, and there are many government collaborations that they are doing. Again, they've got like 100 research reports already, and as we go ahead, I've seen Charles talk more and more in detail about why it is important to have a research based approach. That makes me very bullish for Cardano in the long run. So right now Cardano is in the top 3 top 4 cryptocurrencies. I really expect Cardano to be to sustain these levels, and as the market cap grows it will still keep increasing its value. So will it be Ethereum killer? I don't know, and I don't care, because I hold Cardano and Ethereum, both of them.
Same.
So it's a market where all of these guys can sustain themselves. Polkadot, again, it's like the blockchain of blockchains. So again, that is also a bullish place. We've seen quite a lot of projects now coming in on Polkadot. So again, I'm holding Polkadots also. So I think in the long run, all these things are going to help grow our economy than compete with each other. I don't think they will be breaking each other down, but
Correct.
rather complementing each other and grow them together.
Yeah, that's what I think too. I think it's like I always say about I speak with some what they call them Bitcoin maximalists on Twitter, Ethereum maximalists, and they're like, oh well, if you believe in the US dollar, you're stupid. If you believe in Ethereum, you're stupid. If you believe in Bitcoin, you're stupid. And I'm like, guys, it's not a zero-sum game. Like,
Yeah.
come on. But anyway, with that juvenile argument aside, yeah, I actually think right now, so apparently we're close to a $2 trillion total market cap in crypto, which holy crap, that's amazing. But we could actually, before 2024, before the next halving, maybe make it to close to 10 trillion. Again, I'm not trying to FOMO anyone. I'm not investment advice, but we still have a lot of room to go in this current market cycle, in my opinion. And yeah, I mean, it behooves people to keep their eyes on. I just want to move on to our next story here, which I find very interesting. For those who don't know, I'm pretty sure there are a lot of people that are aware, but the Winklevoss twins, the guys who created Facebook, and in the movie The Social Network, they show how the idea was stolen from them by Mark Zuckerberg. Well, whether or not the allegations of that are true, they settled in court. The Winklevoss twins run the Gemini crypto exchange, and they are saying, quote, Winklevoss twins are both billionaires in their own right. Bitcoin will be bigger than Facebook. So I find that kind of ironic, and almost like I see a little bit of spite and vengeance, like saying, hey, Mark, are coming after you. So what do you think about that, Rohit?
Yeah, I think in a way it's an attack, obviously, on Facebook, but I think they are right, and eventually Bitcoin will be bigger than most of these companies that we see right now ruling across the stock market. So it is going to increase, and all these companies are going to have Bitcoin into their books account. Slowly but steadily that will happen, and this is the truth. So Bitcoin will be bigger than Facebook. It'll be bigger than gold eventually. It'll be maybe bigger than even the futures market of the whole world. If that happens, that'll be great. And yeah, that's the harsh reality that will come true in the next few years. Yes.
I wanted to bring up a quote that I saw from the article earlier, and they talk, of course, just like they sound very similar to Charles Hoskinson, and from what I read, and I do appreciate that, how they said, okay, yeah, financial stability is more important than, of course, a social media site, regardless if it's Instagram, WhatsApp, Facebook, or the one in WeChat, the one in China. But the quote here, Bitcoin potentially could be more impactful because being able to donate 50 cents to someone across the world has more impact than potentially sharing a picture. But they're very different. Facebook is like the internet, a large company and application. Of course, they reiterate that Bitcoin is a protocol for decentralization, so you can build up a decentralized company on top of it. A stock market is an internet ownership, so it's not quite a direct comparison. So in the same way Facebook encourages us to be socially open, Bitcoin encourages us to be financially open. The Winklevoss vision is a kind of decentralized financial utopia where payments cannot be intercepted by middlemen. We all know this. But I'm just trying to make this clear still to the newbies that are, would be new to the crypto space that, okay, sure, decentralization. I'm beating a dead horse by now. And Rohit, I know you can relate when you made those videos of people in India, like, come on, adopt this stuff. But it really is, you can still see blockchain and Bitcoin as niche. You could still say, no, it's going to fail. You could still say this. And you know what? Maybe it will at one point. I'm not saying I don't think it will, but, no one knows the future. But the important thing to realize is that the decentralization aspect of all this is very powerful. And for someone that's Hispanic, for continents, South America, for continents like Africa, continents in Asia, even places just here in the United States of America, there are still people that are underbanked, underfunded, and blockchain has a potential to really change people's lives. And this is why the everyday average person should be involved. But anyway, I'll get off my pedestal. All right. So let's bring up actually another piece of news that came up this past week. So really big news. Just very quickly, I just want to say to the viewers, we're not being sponsored by Coinbase, but as of yesterday, after market close in the United States, Coinbase announced they will go public on April 14th. They announced their Q1 earnings beforehand. Basically, Coinbase is going to be going through a direct listing. They're trying to stay away from the IPO angle of spending all the money on the road, the parading of all the cash. And if I'm not mistaken, if you have TD Ameritrade or Fidelity, or I think any stock exchange that has links to U.S. securities, you should be able to buy shares April 14th. Now, as for price, I don't know yet, somewhere around $350. But it's very interesting. The Coinbase is going to be the first exchange that I know of that's going to be going public. But this is really bullish news. I mean, they've earned a profit last year of $322 million. They have a revenue of like over, what was it, 522 million. And I mean, what do you think that's going to hold for the future, Rohit?
Let's try to sink in this number that they've reported $322 million worth of profit.
Mm-hmm.
That's approximately $1 million profit every day.
Mm-hmm.
That's a profit after excluding your expenses, after your employees, after the cost of your all the marketing expense. You've completely exhausted those things, and now you have $1 million profit every day. No wonder they're going to be the biggest listing ever to be on NASDAQ, or probably even the world. So that's a huge, and it's a bullish news. Coinbase is amazing place for, it's eventually now developed itself towards more institutional players now, and it's a great this thing start, I think so. 14th of this month, we'll probably see a price range. I saw somewhere maybe $35. Some people are expecting $250. I don't know. So maybe but as soon as I get the opportunity here from India, I'll tell you that I'll buy some.
Same.
And so that's a great news.
Rohit, I'm actually, as you mentioned earlier, what I will do for our social medias, keep an eye out. Of course, like I always put in the bottom banner, please subscribe to our LinkedIn, our YouTubes, our Twitter, everything. The description is in the YouTube video that you're watching most likely right now. But I will be sharing some steps on how to get Coinbase shares as soon as the information becomes available. So hopefully you don't have to be a U.S. or Canadian citizen. But I will make sure to do that. And Rohit, I will let you know first and foremost.
Yes.
All right. And we are out of time, but I want to squeeze a little more out. Just want to cover one more story. So going off of the topic of NFTs and I'm not going to talk about how Snoop Dogg has a crypto.com NFT drop today. All the celebrities are doing this. But besides all the April Fool stuff that's going on with crypto and everything, the Teletubby coin, I don't know if people have heard about that, and Chipotle. There's a story that was brought up by our CEO a few days ago, actually, and it was reprinted on my favorite websites. You can tell, Decrypt. Again, not being sponsored by them, but I love these guys. NFTs are selling for millions, but are they reselling? Besides NFTs being hacked, apparently there is a question about whether or not there's a secondary market for NFTs. As it says here, countless artists and celebrities are creating their own NFTs and selling them for outrageous sums. The question is whether the value holds. And I've been saying that all this time. Now, if you're Beeple and you have a $69 million NFT, okay, sure, I think that's going to be like worth a lot. But I mean, a lot of these NFTs could be worth nothing within a few months to a year because the bubble can only last so long. But do you have any thoughts on this, Rohit?
Yeah. So we saw people, this painting have been sold to. So apparently the person who purchased this for $69 million is an Indian man. I was reading about this person, and his philosophy of buying this is not to resell it. His philosophy is he's going to have a internet real estate where people can virtually go to his website and see the whole details of all the paintings as a painting wall on the virtual screen, so they can have their VRs and they can see the whole pyramid of these paintings. So to just gasp all that pixels at that high quality in virtual world, it's going to be amazing. The resale point of view from these NFTs will come when people like us, like normal people, are willing to pay to go to a virtual museum and pay for watching something like that. So I would definitely be very happy to pay, five, six, even $10 maybe to go ahead and have a look at something so significant, something like that. Maybe it'll take me like 3 days to just have a look at those paintings and admire them.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe that is where the money can come in. I'm not sure if that will, how the return on investment will be when you're just taking $10 from every view for $69 million. But yeah, it is definitely, even I think it's on the verge of on a higher valuation. But something like these are always a concern when we have all these new technologies coming in, and we'll see some changes. Maybe that'll be good, maybe that'll be bad, but NFT as a technology is still good. In the long run, they are going to benefit the economy. They are going to benefit artists, musicians, and every creative person on the planet.
100%. And yeah, you can technically digitize any asset. I mean, of course, it's all about the art. Now, of course, like I mentioned on our last show, there's the evolution of the gaming tokens. A lot of NFT games actually was talking about that Age of Rust, that game a few weeks ago, and I streamed some of that. But I mean, yeah, it's definitely going across different industries, and it's still evolving. But yeah, we will see how the space matures. All right. Well, on that point, we are out of time. But Rohit, thank you once again for joining us, guys. Once again, please make sure to follow us, like, and subscribe in the socials on our LinkedIn, YouTube, Reddit, and Twitter. Again, the links are in the description below. And also, please, I'm going to post the LinkedIn to Rohit for Blockchain Noodles. He provides a lot of great content. A report will be coming out soon. And yeah, please follow him as well and give him some support.
Yeah, and we'll see you guys next week, same time.
Next week, same time. All right, Rohit. Well, you take care.
Yeah, cheers, man. Bye.
Peace.